Hello, this is Joe Valley. I'm going to show you how to log into the back end of your website and add new pages. We have here hypnobirthing.name. As soon as we launch the website, this will become hypnobirthing.com. It's important to be at the right location here where you type in wp-admin and enter. This takes you to the login page. You want to log in with the credentials that you have. Okay, so here's the back end of your website. You'll notice on the left-hand side, this is where all the good stuff is. We want to add a new page right here. So we're going to add new. This is what the page editor looks like. You enter your name of your page here. And you click down here. This is where the content goes. If you'd like to add a picture, you add media. These are all the pictures already loaded onto the website. For you, you're going to upload a file from your computer. For me, I can just go to my desktop and pick this wonderful picture. And down here, I'm going to insert into page. Wonderful. So now we've got some text. We've got a picture, which we can resize if you'd like by just dragging it. This is your center align, right align, left. You can bold, italicize. The toolbar toggle just hides and shows this section of stuff. If you want this to be a heading, you can make it nice and big, and then underneath this, small text can go under it. If you want to cut and paste from Word or anything else, it's important to paste as text here with this little clipboard. Paste is now in plain text mode. Contents will now be pasted as plain text until you toggle this option off. And that basically means it's going to strip all the unnecessary codey items that Word and any other processing system adds to make stuff appear, like indents and bolds. So it's important to get rid of that stuff and then add it here so that you can be sure that your content appears as you want it to. If for some reason you accidentally hit text mode, you're going to see all that code that I was just talking about. You can see here H2 means we made it be a heading 2. You don't really need to mess around with this. You can just leave it on visual mode and create as you like. Publish. Now, after you publish this, it's just it's not going to be necessarily. I'm gonna make a new tab here for you. Hypnobirthing. So I'm gonna go back to the front end on a new tab. You're gonna notice that my new page that I just created isn't up here. It isn't anywhere. We need to now tell WordPress and your website to put your new page up here. So you notice how there's home, there's about us, but also for parents, see how there's like all these different things underneath it? This is the drop down. So let's say we want to add my new page for parents underneath birth stories. So let's go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to go back to my back end where I was right here. Since we already published it, we can now leave this page, and we're going to do that by hovering over appearance. We're going to go over down to menus. So again, we're going to hover over appearance and go down to menus. This is where you can control your menus. For your website, you have a footer, and you also have top of website. You want to make sure that you're selected for top of the website. I know we are because this is what we were just looking at on the front end. Do you remember when I said for parents? We're going to put it underneath birth stories. You can see how it's indented here under for parents. That's because it's nested underneath this title. So here are our main links in the nav bar. Here's what hovers underneath or pops up underneath those sections. Remember how we wanted to add our new page underneath birth stories. Look, my new page shows up right at the top of of your pages box here on the left. If you don't see a page that you want to add, you can hit View All, and this just shows you all of your pages. You can even do a search for a page if you want. My new what happens. There it is right there. For most recent, I'm just going to select it. I'm going to add it to the menu. Now you didn't see it show up because it's down here at the bottom underneath. You got to scroll down because our list is this long. It basically shows up at the bottom. Now we're just going to hover over it. You see how I get that multi-directional arrow thing on my cursor? You see my cursor right there? Great. We're going to click and we're going to drag it up. Okay. We're going to pop it underneath Birth Stories. You can be out here, you can be in there, or you can be in there. For us, we want to be right there. And then I let go, and now it's underneath Birth Stories. My new page is underneath Birth Stories. It's important to save the menu when you're all set. Press that blue button and let it refresh. It might take a couple seconds. You saw the page flash. That means we're good. So to check our handiwork, we're going to go back to the front end on my other tab here. Notice how I have back end, front end. That's usually how I work. I've got a back end, I got a front end. Notice that it is not right there because we need to refresh our page. We're going to refresh our page. Be careful you don't hit this refresh button. That just updates your plugins and your website. Whatever browser you're using, I'm using Chrome. My refresh button is right here. Yours might be over here depending on what browser you're using, and I would strongly recommend downloading and using Chrome for all of your work on this website. In fact, I think the only way you can edit it is with Chrome. That's a function of this platform we're using. So if you're having problems, that might be it. Okay, so let's hover over Parents and look, my new page is there. Let's go ahead and click on it and see what it looks like. This is where content goes. Remember how we made this heading 2? That turns heading 2s into cursive. Main body, we didn't change that. That's just normal text. And here's our wonderful, beautiful picture. So that's how you add new pages. Obviously, here's the footer navigation menu. I've kept it to only 4, so our footer isn't really tall. We want to keep a relatively narrow footer. But you can add more here if you like, or change these. That's it. That's your tutorial for adding a new page with your website. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give me an email, joseph.valley@gmail.com. And I look forward to hearing from you. Good luck.